Hey, good morning, guys. I'm sorry I'm late. I had to go heat up my coffee. I can't do a Saturday morning live without my coffee. So sorry about that. Good morning. Happy Saturday. Let's see who's up early with me this morning. Let's see, Man to Move. Look at Man to Move getting ready to move over to Germany, y'all. And she's still coming to the lives. Good morning. Hey, Sharon. Okay, Sharon saw the question of the day. As you guys come in, look at that question of the day. How much credit card debt do you have, if any? Welcome, Sharon. Hey, Les. Les says, I have zero. Hello, because she just paid off that last credit card debt. That's what I'm talking about. There go our girl V. Good morning. Are you at work this morning? Hey, Sandy. Frugality is life. Frugality is life. Is it? Is your name Zora? I made that up. Girl, I made that up. Don't it begin with a Z though? Let me know what it is. I promise I'll remember. I'll promise. Hey, King Morgan. Good morning. Let's see. Aussie Budgets. Hello from Australia. Good morning. Thank you for hanging with us. I know it's evening there. Hey, Erica. As you guys come in, I put a question of the day in the chat. What is your credit card debt, if any? If any. Maybe you don't have any. But that's what we're going to be talking about today. And you guys, this is going to be a 3-part series, okay? Today, we're just going to talk about credit cards. We're going to talk about the do's and the don'ts of credit cards. Having a credit card is not a bad thing, but it's how we manage them. So that's what we're going to talk about today. So as you come in, start dropping what's your credit card debt, if you have any. If you're credit card debt free, share that too, because that is a win. Okay, so today we're going to talk about the do's and the don'ts, the basics, but to me, it may be the basics. To others out there, you in the chat, those are who are watching the replay, it may not be the basics. The next part of the series, I'm going to talk to you guys about how to increase your credit score, how to make your credit cards work for you, and how to get this credit card debt paid off once and for all. And then the last part of this series, we're going to talk about, okay, we've paid off our credit. How do we keep it paid off? How do we keep where we are with these credit cards paid off, no more running them up and making them work for us? So it's going to be a 3-part series. Comment down below. Let me know if you're interested in that. I also want you guys to comment down below and let me know if anyone's interested in sharing their journey, sharing their numbers so we can take a look at it. You don't have to leave your name. You can fill out my questionnaire in the chat if you want to share your numbers and we look at your budget. We won't put your name out there. That'd be fun to do, right? So comment down below. Let me know. Let me see who else has come in here. Let me see. Okay. Z, first of all. Fiona, I knew that. Fiona. But why did I want you? Girl, don't even worry about it. Good morning. I was talking to Jerry about you on my Thursday night live, and I was telling her how I told you you need to meet one frugal introvert since y'all names are the same. She's like, I already know Fiona, so welcome. Hey, CB, good morning. How are you? Okay, Mrs. V says not working. Oh, she's headed out of town. Pay it off balance monthly, so technically zero. You paid off your balance monthly, so technically zero, but what's the total that you have to pay? Or are you paid off and you just put stuff on there and you pay it off every month? I think I see what you're saying. Okay, zero. Nice. I think I have like $7,500 in credit card debt. Husband has like $2,000. Then we have $3,000 at Affirm. You just got the new Affirm. You just got that one. So your hubby has $2,000. You have $7,500. So those are reasonable numbers. You guys, those are reasonable numbers to work with. We're going to talk about getting that paid off. Hey, Nikki, good morning. My credit card debt is a little over $3,000, but not a dime of it is mine. My dad charged it and wants to pay it back. Oh, and those are sensitive topics right there, right? You're helping a family member out. Your family member, and I'm not saying this is your dad, but sometimes our family will ask, hey, can you put this on there and I'll pay it off for you because they're not able to get it, or hey, can you finance this? Or we haven't even talked about the dreaded cosign. Woo, have any of y'all ever co-signed for anyone? I have not, because I have seen cosign go bad. So anyway, let's see what CB says. I pay mine off at the end of the month, so zero. You're like Mrs. V. Use it to get points so I can purchase things off Etsy. Girl, look, we don't talk about that. But you know what? Those are your points to use. So if you want to use them, For Etsy purchases, that makes sense because you ain't going into debt for all your savings challenge needs. I totally get it. I totally get it. All right, let's see who else is in here. All right, good morning, Miss Thomas. Happy Saturday. Les says she had $13,500 in debt in 2020, but she has since paid all of that off. That's a beautiful thing, isn't it? It is a beautiful thing. Hold on, why's my phone not working? That is so awesome. It's such, y'all, when you pay your credit cards or any debt off, don't you just, it's not just a beautiful feeling once it's paid off. You don't have to worry about it anymore. It's like, oh, it's just like a weight. Oh my goodness. Hey, Rochelle. I have about 10K in credit card debt. Okay. 10K. All right. Let's see who else is in here. Fiona says under 4K now. There you go. I can pay it off now, but with the uncertainty in the world right now, I'm holding on to the cash. I'll have it paid off in 3 months. All right. All right. That's a good goal. When we want to get these credit cards paid off, one of the key things is you got to set a goal. You got to hold yourself accountable that I will get this paid off here. Because if not, if you don't set a clear goal, you'll find yourself not focused on it. So that's a great goal. All right, let me see. I think that's everyone who's in here. So like I said, for those of you all who are just joining, I want to make this into a 3-part series. Today, we're going to talk about the debt, the do's and the don'ts. You know, we're going to start from the beginning, the do's and the don'ts of credit cards, because like I mentioned, I am an avid credit card user, but I use it to work for me. Okay. I use it to work for me, and it has worked for me as far as boosting my credit score. I've learned how to work the system. I've been able to be credit card debt free for 5 years now. So it's a beautiful thing. Okay. So I want you all who are scared of credit cards or don't want to face it. It doesn't have to be a bad thing. So we're just going to talk about the basics today. The next series, we're going to talk about how to increase our credit card score, how to get this debt paid off once and for all, and those things we should be looking at once we get it paid off, okay? And then the third part of the series is how do we stay debt-free? Because I know part of my problem was, until this last time, I pay them off. That ain't no problem. Just to run them back up again. See, that right there, that mentality didn't make sense. And I kept doing it and I kept doing it until finally I was like, no, this has got to stop. So let me make sure. There's Angel. Good morning. Amanda said we've paid off about 3K in credit card debt in the last year while also trying to save. And that's another tricky part. You're trying to pay off this debt and save at the same time. Which one do you do first? I know a lot of y'all, this is a question we always ask ourselves in this community. Do you focus on debt first or emergency fund? Which one do you do first? My honest answer and what I did was I focused on debt first. Got it all paid off. So then once I was debt free, consumer debt free with credit cards, the only thing I have is my mortgage. Then I was able to focus on the savings. Okay. So I know that's an age-old question we always ask ourselves. Let's see. Sandy says I have under 4K in credit cards. Y'all are doing good. This is real good. Once I receive cashback rewards, I pay card off. As of this moment, I have a $300 balance on the card. Once I get points, I will pay it off. I am like Mrs. V. Excuse me. I'm like her. I have my credit card rewards. Now, sometimes I'll use it to stuff an envelope. I've done that before. But now I've just been letting it accumulate. And then I'll take the rewards points and I'll just use it towards my balance that I have. And just let it pay off that balance. And I do that with one of my credit cards. I just let it build up and build up. And then one day I just take the amount that's built up and just use it for a payment. There's so many rewards and everything that are associated with credit cards now. We're going to talk about that in the next series. It's a beautiful thing. Or you can do like our friend CB and use it for Etsy purchases, which we all know, and that's a whole nother topic. We all spend on that Etsy. You can get into trouble. You can get into trouble. All right, let me see if I missed anyone. Okay, Sharon said that's what she did. Rochelle said, that's my problem. I just paid off a card and charged it back recently. I know. That is right there. Like I said, sometimes it's not getting it paid off. It is keeping it paid off. And that's how this cash envelope stuffing system is there to help. It is there to help. I was paying off debt and saving. Okay, you did both. And then I use my tax return and savings challenges to help me pay off my debt. Yes, so you guys, let's get, again, welcome. Thank you all for joining me on these Saturdays. If you wouldn't mind, hit that like button if you haven't done so already. Let me start pulling up some of my dues. Hey, LaShonda, I see you, girl. Let me pull up my list of dues first. We're going to talk about the dues again. These are going to be things like, Chris, we already know this, but sometimes people don't. Sometimes people need to hear it again. And sometimes there may be people who are watching that, you know, they want to get out of this debt and they just need to hear these things as reinforcement. Okay, so let's discuss our first due. Let me go ahead and pull it up here. And here is our first due. Okay, pay your bills on time. Okay, pay your credit card bill in full and by the due date to avoid late fees and interest charges. Okay, so try and get those credit card bills paid off every month. Now, is everyone able to do that? Sometimes we're not able to do that, right? Sometimes we get ourselves in a position where we can only pay the minimum due, but let's talk about that minimum due. That minimum due that you're paying, it ain't putting a dent in nothing except for interest, and it ain't putting a dent in that. It's just going towards the interest on all the charges that's on that card. So if we can get in a place where we can spend on that credit card but pay it off in full, then we'll be in a good place. Okay, but we're going to talk about getting there. So let's see. Yeah, there's LaShonda. Good morning. Keeping it paid off is my issue for sure. Yes, and that's going to be a part of this series. How do we keep these cards paid off? Hey, Desi. Good morning. Good morning. Okay, Fiona says, I balance both savings and debt. I had a huge emergency and had to pay $20K. I used my credit card. My thinking is if I don't have cash and something comes up, then I'm running to the credit card. So you're thinking that it sounds like you want to hold on to your cash because you never know if something happens and some place doesn't have credit cards and you need your cash to spend. And that's a great way of thinking, because I'm going to tell y'all, sometimes you don't know what may happen. Like a couple years ago, Desi, you're in here. We had someone, this is Christmas, maybe 2 years ago, here in Tennessee, bomb our AT&T, our main AT&T headquarters is downtown. And someone set a bomb outside of the AT&T building. Now, the AT&T building functions most of the internet and Wi-Fi for most of the businesses around here. So that day happened, and all of us cell phone users, we're like, why can't Christmas Day? We're like, why can't we get in touch? Nobody is getting, you know, our Merry Christmas and stuff. We go to the store, all of the dang on credit card machines are down. You couldn't charge, you had to have cash. Now, what if you didn't have cash? So that's a great point. You do want to you want to keep cash on you for emergencies, but do we want to have that mentality that we don't want to, you know, pay off our credit cards because we don't want to not have the cash? Because the cash will come. You can get the cash back. So just think about that. But you're right. Emergencies happen, like that happened with that bombing, and could none of us charge or do anything at the grocery stores. If you didn't have cash, you couldn't do anything. That is so true. Okay, Amanda says, I have enough in savings to pay off my bed and 2 of my cars, but that money is earmarked for the move. I want to cash flow the move and not go into further debt. That's true too. These, you know, you guys, this stuff, and this is great stuff you guys are sharing, because it is a mindset. Sometimes we have the cash. Fiona was just saying this. Amanda just said it. We have the cash to pay it all off, and we don't want to use it. Now, I understand you're moving. You want to, you know, make sure you fund your move with your cash. I was like that too when I was paying my credit card, and I finally said no. I had the money in my savings for my last big credit card. And finally I said, Chris, take that money. Take that money out your savings. Pay off this last credit card. You will get it back. And I took that money out of my savings. I think it was like $3,000 to help pay that last big credit card off. And I've never looked back. It's so hard to part with it. We do that with our cash envelopes too, guys. But that's a whole nother story. And I do want to talk about that, holding on to that money and those sinking funds in these cash envelopes, because we don't want to spend it because we work so hard to save for it. But that's what it's for. All right, let's see. Hey, Shalise, good morning. Okay, let's see. Who have I missed? I remember that. Yes, when we had the bombing. You remember that? It's so scary, y'all. So scary. But what's even scarier besides the bomb is that we were down for days. Like and I have AT&T. My cell phone was down for days. We couldn't do anything. It just goes to show you never know when an event may happen. Somebody's business somebody need to get fired, because that should not happen, that something tragic or an event like that happens and you are not prepared. You all should have backup. Backup. That should not bring a city down or state down or whatever. I think it brought state. I think it was statewide. Okay, let's see. In order to keep from charging up credit card again, I conditioned myself to not use the card for 6 months before paying off card again. I paid cash for everything. Yeah, it's all a mindset. It's all a mindset. It's so easy to use that card. I know it is. I've been in that situation. I've been in that. It's so easy to use that card, and you got to get away from it. Don't get rid of it. Don't close it. Don't get rid of it. Just put it away and don't use it. Hey, Martika. Hey, India. Good morning. Happy Saturday. Mountain of Inspiration. Good morning. Let's see. Always keep a little cash on hand for emergency like this. Always keep cash on hand. And it seemed like we always having some kind of something happen here in Tennessee. This happened to us before. Y'all, we always got something going on. Tennessee's a beautiful place, but if y'all move here, it's always got something going on. We had the bad flooding 2009, 2010. I think it was 2010. That wiped us out too. Nothing was working. Again, credit card systems are down. You couldn't get groceries. If you didn't have cash, you couldn't get anything. So it is always important to have some cash on you. Any event these emergencies happen. It's so true. It's so true. Yes, I took money from my savings to pay off some of the balance. Yeah, because it's just like you don't want to let go, but it's like, oh, I want to get rid of this balance. So that's one of the do's. Okay, you guys, make sure that we are paying these credit cards off, and we're paying, if you can, pay them off in full. But it's baby steps getting there, and we will talk about that. Okay, our second do we want to make sure we want to keep track of your spending. So keep a record of your credit card transactions to stay within your budget and prevent overspending. So most of the time, what we're doing, we're just swiping. We're swiping. We're not keeping track of what we're swiping. And then we just pay off the minimum that's due the next month. Keep track of what you're spending on those cards. And this is how I do mine, because I told you I use my credit cards and my sinking funds. Whatever I have in those sinking funds goes back to that credit card. Keep track of it so you can make sure you saved enough so you can make sure you pay it off. So how many of you guys are doing that? Are you tracking your credit card spending, or are you just swiping and you just pay whatever you can when that bill is due? Because we got it. And that's with everything. You guys know that. We got to track our expenses, right? We got to track our expenses. Hi, good morning. Welcome. How are you doing? Let's see. CB says, I keep my 1,000 emergency funds in dollars. Do you really? That is a great take on that. I never thought about that. That is a good idea, because we do need those singles. You want to make sure you have change, because if you go somewhere to use cash, they may not have change. Girl, that's smart. That is a smart takeaway. Let's see. I track all my expenses. And that's easier said than done. Lord Jesus. I think I had a poll. I can't remember where I did the poll. But the poll was like, how often do you track your expenses? Daily, weekly, monthly? You got to track them down, even if it's regular notebook and paper. Make sure you're tracking what you use, how much you use, how are you going to pay it off? Because if you don't have the money, you should be buying it. We know that. We know that. Okay, let me see. Who am I missing? Rochelle says she's a swiper. She's swiping no swipey. I'm a swiper. Gives me joy with regret later. Lord, ain't that the truth? It's the regret. You know what? It's like, why do we do this to ourselves? We want to get ourselves in a position where we are buying stuff for ourselves, and it's okay. That's why, make sure you have that spending cash envelope, because we should not have this sense of regret every time we go and buy ourselves something. And have y'all been there before? I have gone shopping knowing I needed a new pair of shoes or something, then I feel bad about it. Why do I feel bad? We should not be in that position. I track all my expenses now. Yes. I haven't been spending on my credit card since I've been holding off on paying them off. And that's good. That's good. If you're not in a position to pay off the credit cards, don't use them. Don't use them, you guys. That just makes perfect sense. I wasn't tracking in the beginning. When I started my cash envelope journey, I realized how much I was spending. Isn't that amazing how when you track your expenses, you realize what you're spending, how much you're spending, what you're spending it on. Like, what are you spending? Why am I putting $2 on this credit card? I'm on my 3rd year of cash envelope journey, and I do it on a weekly basis now. I try to do mine on a weekly basis. I'm going to tell you the truth. It is, listen, we got to get better at tracking our expenses, but it is a task, ain't it? I don't know about y'all, but it is like, I got to get listen, y'all, I got to prepare myself. I got to get my notebook. I got to have my coffee. I got to get the computer ready. I got my bank account up. I got my credit cards up. Oh, it's painful. You don't want to go through it. It is a task, but you got to do it. You got to do it. But doing it weekly, I know some people say they do it daily. If you don't stay on top of it, then it's like, oh, I don't want to do this. I can't stand it. Let's see. I used to track my spending, but now I just focused on staying within my budget. Yes, and that's another good way of thinking about it. You know, if you stay, somebody else answers, Mrs. D, that may have been you who answered that. You just stay within your budget and you know you haven't overspent. And that's a great way of looking at it. If I have loose change and money in my purse, I put it in my coin jar. It's amazing how much it has grown. Ain't that the truth? Y'all, I just did my savings challenge video, and I usually don't count how much money's in my envelopes until the end of the year. But I counted some of the envelopes, and I'm like, well, you don't think about it, you just put that money away. It adds up. And we all say this, but it still amazes me to this day when you just put a little amount away here and there and you don't even think about it. Woo, does it add up? Yes, it is very tedious. And that, you know, it's so tedious that it makes you not want to do it. But that's when we get in trouble. We got to discipline ourselves. I'm tracking mine. Went back to using my credit card. Went back to using my cards after my experience score dropped down 24 points. It went back up 25 points in 2 weeks. Thank goodness. Yes. Let's see. Hey, lovely. Good morning. You're not late. We just started. Let's see. Who's this? Okay. I like using the debt trackers from the bank. I do it every Sunday as a part of my recent. Yes. And you guys know your bank will also let you know too how much you are spending. Do you all look at that from your bank? It's like a chart for you. Mine is like in a graph or pie chart, and it'll show you. And they ain't gotta make, like, I don't need you to show me, like, mine be big, like mine for food. What about chart be this big on food? I'm like, mind your business. Mind your business. I ain't asked you all that, but your bank has all that stuff for you. So you can look at where you're spending and where you can cut back. Utilize those tools that they have. Lord knows they need to do something. All right, let's see who else is it. Andrea, good morning. ZDR, good morning. Let's see. I feel like my bank chart was tripping. So if you guys are just coming in here, thank you for joining. We are talking about the do's and don'ts of credit cards. This is going to be a 3-part series. Today, we're just talking about the basics, do's and the don'ts of having credit cards. And let me bring up do number 3. Do number 3 is review your statements. Check your credit card statements regularly to ensure there are no fraudulent charges or errors. Listen, this is a thing, you guys. See, we don't look or track our statements. Same thing with your bank statements. We probably look at that more than our credit card statements. You never know if something's on there. And I'm bad about this because I'm so used to doing auto pay on all my stuff that I know that it's covered, it's going to come out. You got to look at it. But what are you charging? What are you charging? Make sure you're reviewing your statements to make sure a late fee one thrown on there in error. You got to check that stuff, you guys. Are y'all reviewing y'all statements? And most of the statements now, I know I've gone paperless. So it's so easy to ignore it, without getting that actual bill in the mail. But yes, make sure you are reviewing your statements. Let's see. Shalice says, someone is always tracking our spending, even if we don't. Ain't that the truth? There's always eyes on us. Yes, I can look at the pie chart. Yes. Wait a minute. Wait, Mandamu, do you know ZDR? Chris, can we talk about the new proposal the president just passed where people with higher credit scores have to pay higher interest rates when purchasing a home? Oh, I didn't know that. Have you guys seen this new proposal? Goodness gracious. Is that something, Shalise, have you talked about this? I haven't even seen that. It's always going to affect us some ways. When you're trying to be good and be on track, we're always going to have to pay for something. That's just how the world works. I have to find out more about this. Okay, let me write this down. Hold on, y'all. Let me write this down. And then I don't know if Shalise has done a video about this. I hadn't even heard about it. Okay, hold on. I want to make sure we talk so we can talk about that. Hey, Cash Rich Mama. Good morning. How are you feeling, ma'am? Binge watching videos while recuperating from chemo. Did you have your chemo treatment this morning? Oh my goodness. Let's see here. And pull your credit reports at least once a year. Yes. And I meant to pull those websites to put up here, but yes, you guys, we all get free credit reports once a year. Make sure you pull it to see what's on it. Make sure them things that you thought you paid off or you fought or they said they would take off, make sure they've been removed. You know, sometimes that stuff may still be on there and you haven't checked it. Make sure there's no new accounts that have been opened. Make sure. Oh my gosh, there's so many things we should be looking at, you guys. And it's so important to make sure we're checking them. Yes. Okay, let's see. I will be using my seat today at the Bath and Body Works. I'll pay it off when I get home. Y'all, we're going to be wrapping this live up. If anybody knows, today is the Bath and Body Works semi-annual sale. But this is one of those things you can save for. I told you guys I save for this moment. That's what one of my savings challenges is. So I can make sure I have the money so I can go in there. This is what I can afford. This is what I'm paying. And then it's all done. It's all come on my envelope. So that's where we are going today. India knows. All right, let's see. Who else is here? You don't do auto pay. Okay. I love auto pay. Auto pay. At first, I was apprehensive. I wasn't doing auto pay. Like, you ain't taking my money. You have that mindset. But then I was like, wait a minute. This helps me. This helps me so I'm never late. It helps me so that everything is paid. I don't have to worry about it. And then all I have to do is budget when it comes out. And I see that, yes, this paid that. That's right. It makes it easier than me going in and paying it. Les, you should try it. Try it with one bill. Now I don't do everything because I told y'all before, AT&T and Xfinity, they ain't never getting nothing ever from me. They will get paid when I tell them they get paid. I can't stand them too. Y'all get Xfinity. I wish I would. That customer service so bad. I wish you'd get anything from me. You gonna get it when I tell you gonna get it. All right, let's see. I know when my statement date drops on each of my credit cards. Yes. And I meant to show you guys I have my little slip of when I went through my credit cards, going through when the statement balance date ends. And you guys, I don't know, and maybe you all are aware of this, but while you're trying to organize and pay your credit cards off, you do know you can request from your credit card companies to change your due date. So you can go call your credit card companies. If you got credit cards due at this time, get it organized that works best with your pay. And that's what I did with mine. So I can have all of my credit cards, all of the payments come out on this date. Because I know I got to pay my mortgage here and I pay a whole bunch of other stuff at the first of the month. I want my credit cards coming out here so I can help budget. So yes, if you didn't know that, please call your credit cards company. If it works best for you, get them dates changed and they will change it. Okay, let me see. Love this topic. Oh, thank you. Mahalo. I'm learning. Oh, I wish I knew what this said. But I'm going to imagine it says, happy Saturday, Chris. You have the best YouTube channel ever. Keep doing what you're doing. That's what it says. Oh my God, y'all silly. Okay, hey, Karen. Good morning. Welcome. Okay, Shalise says she heard about that. This is probably from Mrs. V. There are multiple lawsuits at the state to overturn this. I would stand by. Yes, Shalise, keep us posted. Look at that. See, that's the kind of stuff that they don't blast. This is the kind of stuff I want blasted all over my news. But they don't do that. Same for student loans. Is the student loan deadline, is it coming soon? Y'all forgive me. I don't have any. Blah, 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 blah. You know, the extension. Is that coming soon where they extended it with no payments? Is it about to be up soon? Oh, you have chemo Thursdays and Friday. Okay. Oh my gosh. Bless your heart. Bless your heart you're going through that. You guys, this is our friend Cash Rich Mama. Please keep her in your prayers. She's doing so good, getting her chemo treatments and everything. She's a fighter. I use Credit Karma and Borrow Well. I check them monthly. Okay. Yes, I'm not buying a thing. Didn't need anything. Let's see. I already shopped, Chris. You already shopped. Did you go online or you already went there this morning? Because, you know, they had we're talking about Bath and Body Works, y'all. They had a members could shop last night. I don't like shopping online. No, I want to go in the store. I want to see all the sales. All right, let's see. What's our next do? If you guys are enjoying this topic, please hit that like button. Like I said, this is going to be a series. The next one we're going to talk about is our credit score. How can we maintain increasing that credit score? What can we do? What can we do to get these cars paid off? Okay, I think I'm going to do number 4 because we got to get to our don'ts. Understand your rewards and benefits. Understand your rewards. Familiarize yourself with the rewards programs and benefits offered by your credit card. Most people don't even know about the rewards. Most people don't even use them. Do you guys know your rewards in your credit card? Look at Mrs. V. She said she used hers to pay off her balance. She just applied to her balance and used it. That's money right there you can use to help pay your credit. Does anybody look at that? Does anyone save theirs? Like, I save mine. Like, I need to look and see. I need to look at it. I don't even know. I know it's there, but I don't even look at it because I wait till like the end of the year and I just use it. I may cash stuff it. I may use it to pay off a bill or two, pay off the credit card balance. But does anybody use their reward programs? And sometimes they got some good ones out there. Like my bank has I have a credit card through my bank, but they have a better program now where you can get more reward. I think it said 4% cash back or something like that. I was like, you know what? Nope. I was mad at them because don't try to entice me with all these rewards I'm going to get. I said, do I have to apply for it? You check my credit score? You should just be giving that to me. Transfer this credit card I got into this one. Well, I got to apply for a new one. I said, nope, I don't need your rewards that bad. I got mad at the poor teller was just trying to help. Oh my gosh. Okay, let me see, y'all. I'm behind. Let me see where we at. Let me see. Oh, y'all just like Xfinity. I wish there was another, and Xfinity got us. Ain't nobody else we can use. I ain't getting AT&T. I had AT&T before, and it was not good. Comcast keeps calling me when I had them years ago in Indiana about new promotions. They do need to calm down. Let's see. I pay more than my minimum balance on my credit cards. Yeah, you pay those minimum balance, you guys. Unfortunately, sometimes we're in a position where that's all we can pay, but at least we're paying it. But it's not going towards anything except the interest on that credit card. And then that interest keeps growing because then it makes your payment or your balance that much higher. So the next month you're paying that percentage on that and it just keeps growing and growing. It's just an awful cycle until you get it paid off. But we're going to get there. Okay, let me see if I haven't, make sure I'm not missing anybody. Let's see. Sending good energy your way. Yes. Hey, there go Tuber Chat. What's up, Kevin? You guys. Okay, really quickly. This is Tuber Chat. This is Kevin's channel. Have you guys ever been to a Tuber Chat live before? Just sidetrack. Have you ever been to a Tuber Chat live? If not, you need to go. And Kevin, I feel like they're every day, but maybe they're not every day. But and they're all times a day. The other day I was on one, it was like at 10 o'clock at night. I'm like, what in the world? But it's a great place to meet new channels, to support one another. They're very supportive. Everyone over in his chat is very supportive. And it's a good time. It's fun. So if you've never been over there, please make sure you go. It's all about showing support, helping with watch hours, people meeting each other, networking. So please make sure you check out Tuber Chat, you guys. And I am sorry, I am probably missing a lot of comments. So let me just come down here. Let me see. Sorry, y'all. I'm sorry if I'm missing comments. I use ours to pay our hotel. Your reward points. I use ours to pay our hotel for our Disney trip. Almost 100,000 points. Yes. Make these cards work for you. That is a beautiful thing. That is a beautiful thing. Okay, let's see. I gave up rewards in exchange for a low interest rate just so I can pay down my credit card. Whatever works for you. That's a good thing too. I didn't even know that was a thing. That may be more important to you at the time to get it paid off, and then once you get it paid off, then you can. Do I have a super chat? I love that. Oh, you better stop. Oh my God. Thank you so much. Oh my God, you're so welcome. No, I love your channel. I've met so many new people from your lives, and they're all great people that I follow. And it's such a great feeling when you go over there. I'm telling you. And then everybody in the chat always says hi to everyone and they shout you out and all this stuff. But I need Kevin to show me. Kevin, y'all, he's responsible for the Nightbot that I try to use on my live over here. So, Kevin, I need you to show me. I need you to do a live on how to use that Nightbot because it was not friendly to my people because I did not know how to set it up. I did not know how to set it up. So, thank you so much. I appreciate you so much. All right, you guys, let's get to the don'ts. Let's get to some of the don'ts. Okay. So, I hope you guys are enjoying this. Before we go any further, it's time for a commercial break. Okay. So, you guys, my stuff is falling down, but if you guys don't know already, I am selling my Juneteenth Savings Challenge boxes. So this is what it looks like. Okay, I had my first order the other day. It was so sweet. It was so sweet. So you can get the box like this, or you can get it without the box. You can just get the envelopes. And you guys, I'm also doing my Pride Month Savings Challenges. So here's the Pride. So these are nice here. Okay, that's what some of them look like. It is a low-income savings challenge. 25 envelopes, total $250. So these are the saving boxes here. Of course, again, you can get them without the box. And then, y'all, I'm working on, this is my summer of savings. So this is what I'm working on. So this is my new one here. Now, this is my floral savings challenges. Okay, it's summertime. We got to be in the summer mood. So this is not all of them. Again, you'll get 25 envelopes here, but this is the floral design. If you guys can see that well. So this is the floral design. Now, if you want just the envelopes in this case, you can get them in this case here, okay? Or you can get them in a box like this, okay? Let me know what you guys think. Are you liking the summer vibes? It's going to be all about the summer of savings. And I got some more stuff dropping. And of course, you guys know you can get my binders and envelopes and also all of my social media services and banners and all of that fun stuff. So this commercial break has been brought to you by Chris with Budgeting Just Because. Make sure you check out her website and support a small business owner. All right. Now back to our credit cards. I love it. All right. So let's get to some don'ts. Okay. Let's get to some don'ts with our credit cards. Okay. We know the do's. Let's talk about some don'ts. The first is don't spend more than you can afford. Avoid charging purchases to your credit card that you cannot pay off in full. Now, we all know sometimes we cannot help it. We got to use that credit card. We can't help it. But if you can avoid to overspend on it, that you can't pay it off the next month, don't put it on that credit card. Don't put it on that credit card. Look at that Nightbot. He had to go, y'all. Kevin gonna teach me the way. His Nightbot over in his chat, he got it programmed. It gives shout outs. It do everything. My Nightbot was not having it. Look at who's here. Marlene, welcome. Good morning. Good morning. Oh, I love the box one you do. Thank you. Y'all, I am having so much fun making these, like just being creative like this. Again, I told you guys I have all my social media services and websites. I'm working on someone's website right now. With 2 websites I'm working on, and they're almost done. I can't wait to show you guys that. Hi, Ren. Good morning. You know I am a rewards credit card user. Yes. Make those rewards work for you. But let's talk about these don'ts. Don't overspend on that card. If you don't have it, don't spend it. If you can't pay it off, I should say, don't charge it. You got to pay these bills. You got to pay them off every month. You got to, or not, you're just going to downward spiral, but that's okay. That's what we're working towards. We're going to get out of this debt, and we're going to work on the tools to help us get out of this debt so we can stay focused on making these cards work for us. Okay? You love my commercial? Thank you. Sponsored by Budgeting Just Because. Get yourselves a envelope box today. Support a small business. Okay, let's see. So, you guys, comment down below. Okay? We got to pay in full. What's the next don't? Here is our next don't. Don't make only minimum payments. Now, we talked about this. Aim to pay more than the minimum payment due each month to reduce your overall debt and interest charges. You guys, I know this is hard. I know it's hard. I've been there. At least you're paying something when you do the minimum payment, right? At least you're paying something, but it's not doing a thing. It's not doing a thing. It's just being sucked up to apply a little bit to an interest, which is going to calculate more interest the next month because your balance is just that much larger. So we got to get to a place where we can start paying more than that minimum payment so we can start getting these cards paid off. So you guys, let me see. Are my comments coming in? Because I don't see any comments. And y'all know I ain't caught up. So let me see. Hi, Myra. That one came in. Thank you for joining. Let's see. I am paying off one credit card at a time. Yes. And you guys, don't overwhelm yourself. Don't try to pay off all your debt at once. Write it down. Come up with a strategy. Come up with a timeline. Tackle it one by one. You will drive yourself crazy trying to get it all paid, and you're not gonna be able to get it all paid off at once because you can't put the entire amount to pay it off. Tackle one at a time. Go ham on that one. Keep paying that monthly on those other ones, the minimum. Go ham on that first one until you get it paid off. Then move it down to the next one. That's the best approach to get it paid off. Okay, let's see. I went and subscribed to King. Okay, yes. You guys, this is Fiona. She knows Jerry, one frugal introvert, our friend. This is our friend. Please make sure you join her. She is a new friend we met a few weeks ago. She comes on the Saturday Live. She's so supportive. Let's see. The minimum plus 30. The minimum plus whatever you can put on it. Because if you just putting that minimum, is just say bye-bye. Yes, carrying balances always benefits the creditors and the shareholders. That's what they want. Because all they're doing is you carry that balance over, that's more interest they can pay towards that balance. So that minimum payment you just made, it was really just got washed away. Rollover money is a huge help. Oh my gosh, and I've seen that before. And I don't know how you guys handle your rollover money, but I've seen people use their rollover money to go towards a debt, to make an extra payment on the credit card. You know, that's a good step in getting this debt paid off. Use that rollover money. Yes. You love the commercials? Thanks. I've been paying double the minimum payment on my low payment cards. So $25 equal $50. Larger payments get $50 extra. Yes. I am doing the snowball method. And we're going to talk about that the next series. I use the snowball method and it works. Now, everyone has their own method, but me personally, the snowball method helped me so much. I tackled those credit cards from the smallest amount to the largest amount. And then once I got to that larger credit card, then that's what I could focus on. And then what you do is once you pay off all those other credit cards, all that money you was using to pay those cards, the minimum every month, you take all that money and you use it to the next credit card. Yes. Let me see. Where am I at? I love the snowball method for these reasons. Yes. I just put my new to me car on my credit card. Okay, $10K almost made me faint, but it is 0% interest and I'm paying at least $1K a month. So it will be paid off by the end of the year. That's how you do it. That's how you do it. And also, you guys, once you get your credit paid off and you get your score to a place, you can get credit cards with these high balances. That's what you're working, that's what you're working on. They see you're paying it, they're going to keep increasing it now. Now, y'all know that's how they try to get you, right? Once you get those credit increases, you ignore them and you act like your balance, your credit amount is still the same amount it was, because they just want you spending more. But you use it smartly. You use it smartly where you can have that credit. That is the best feeling in the world. And I'm going to tell you from my experience, that's the best feeling in the world, to be offered that amount of credit. When before, because my credit was so bad, I would open a credit card and they give me like $300 or $500. That's the word. Like, excuse you, ain't got to treat me like that. You know what I'm saying? But once they saw how I was paying, then they want to start giving you some money. You act like it ain't even there. Act like it ain't even there. Let's see what Red says. We won't put anything on our credit card unless the cash is in our envelope. Yes, that's how you got to approach these credit cards. And that's what we're going to do. That's what we're going to talk about. We're going to get these cards paid off. And y'all are doing good. Y'all don't have high balances. But even if you had a high balance, it is possible. You can do it. You can do it. We always say it's just the mindset. How are we going to get there? Hi, Chris. I paid off my credit cards using the snowball method. I see we all use that snowball method. It works. It works. Oh, hey, friend. Thank you for giving us advice. This is what you want. Want you to be able to help me. I was stressed out and overloaded because I was trying to save and pay off debt at the same time. Yes, this is a choice, you all. Before you start focusing on getting your debt paid off, figure out what avenue you want to go. This is something you got to plan out. You got to sit down and map this stuff out. And if you have a significant other, they have to be included too. And you just have to say, okay, which one am I going to do? My choice, and this is just solely me, I was taking care of the debt first. I wasn't thinking about saving. I had money put away, but I'm like, no, I got to get this paid off. I can't try to do both. Because, you just got to work with what's best for you. So, yes, but you got to sit down and make those decisions. In the past, I used a tax refund and other extra money to pay off our credit cards. And this right here, what Shalise is saying, and you all have said, I think Mrs. V have said this, that tax refund. Now, listen to me about these tax refunds. Okay, I know we all wait to get our tax refund, and some of us get huge amounts. And I know we look forward to having that extra cash because we can use it. But y'all, we have got to use it wisely. If you know you got, $3,000 left in credit card debt or any debt, and you got this tax refund, don't hold on to that tax refund because of the sake of holding on to having that much money. Y'all don't. Now, this ain't none of my business. This ain't none of my business. But I can't tell you how many tax return cash stuffing videos I have watched. And people are cash stuffing these tax refund checks and envelopes for just silly stuff. And then you're sitting over here talking about how much debt you got. But you're sitting over here stuffing, I don't know what he's stuffing, beauty or something stupid. I don't want to call it stupid. That was wrong. I don't want to call it stupid because that may not be stupid to you, but you get the point. Use that tax refund money so the next time you get it, you ain't worrying about that debt. Then you can stuff all that stuff. Oh my God. But I sit and watch them because I support, but I'm just screaming at my phone, just so you know. So if it's you, I'm screaming at you. It's out of love. It's always out of love. Okay, let's see. I just put my wait, I already read that. Look, I'm going backwards in the chat. Hold on. Marlene, don't come in here getting me all confused. Okay, everybody loves the snowball method. Yeah. That's a plus of good credit. If you need to make a big purchase and you can pay it off, why you got that 0% interest? Yes, I think Amanda has that too with her furniture she bought. If you can get it paid off with that 0%, oh, that's real nice. Hey, Letitia, good morning from Tucson. Okay. Your commercial. Oh, y'all. Okay. We're learning Hawaiian this morning. Is it Hawaiian? Is that how you say it? Nope. Oh, girl, no. Let's stop capturing that. Okay. I ain't gonna give up. No ka'oi? No ka'oi? Meaning the best or the finest. Is it like fine china? No. That's stupid. Don't listen to me. I'm silly. No ka'oi. No ka'oi, you guys. No ka'oi. That's our lesson for this morning. Everybody remember that. The best or the finest. I love it. I will be an extra money to my payments. Do what you can do. Okay. Don't drive yourself into a place where you're putting extra money into that debt, but you're making it a burden for yourself. You don't have any spending money. Still make sure you got enough money to survive for the week or however long it's going to be. But yes, whatever little extra bit you can put towards it will work. Hi, good morning. Welcome. I'm drowning in credit card debt, working on one at a time, but it feels like it will be forever. It feels that way. It will feel that way. That's why you've got to make yourself a goal and a timeline and make sure you're committed to getting that paid off. I hear you. I did the same thing. But when you use that snowball method and you start from the smallest to the largest, those are many wins that you can accomplish. It is possible, Andrea. It is possible. But like we've said, gotta set a timeline. Set yourself, I'm going to get this first credit card paid off in 6 months. How am I going to do it? How much is it going to take to do it? What extra money can I put towards here? What can I cut back on to make sure I get this paid off in 6 months? Set yourself a goal and stick to it. It is possible. It's hard, but it is possible. And we got this. That's why we're talking about it. We're going to make sure we all get there together. The journey is long, but it will end once your mindset is determined. You'll get there. I told y'all, and if you guys haven't watched the podcast I did with Cheryl Making Money Moves, it aired last Sunday. I said on her podcast, I finally got serious because I knew I had to move from my house, the house I was renting, because I knew they were going up on the rent. And I decided I am not going to continue to pay this much in rent when I can pay probably less in a mortgage owning my own house. That's what it took for me to get serious. Sometimes it may take something for you to get serious. That's what my trigger was. But before I could get this house, I knew I had to pay off this credit card debt and get my credit score up. So sometimes it may take something to trigger you. What is your trigger to get this, to make you get out of the situation you're in? Because you can do it. I pay my credit card balance in full. Yes. And most of the time we have like several. If y'all are like me, I have several credit cards. Several. Okay. But now I'm using those several to stay active. And now they are paying my bill. One pays this cable. One pays this AT&T. One pays this water bill. One pays this. So that is active because those are bills I have to pay. So that's what I'm putting on there now to show activity. And it's getting paid off every month because I got to pay my electric bill every month. You want to be without electric? Put that on your credit card once it's paid off. Then it's going to keep showing activity and showing you're paying it off and showing you're in good standing. You guys, we're going to talk about it. I put all my tax refund to savings. Of course, I've seen people get back 10 grand and spend it all within 2 weeks. I get it. We work so hard and we get a huge amount of money the first of the year. And all we want to do is get those things we haven't been able to afford. But that's the mindset we got to get out of. Not when you have debt. Not when you're trying to focus on something. Not when you got student loans. Come on. Now, don't get me wrong. You know, I'm the number one advocate of spending money on ourselves. The number one. But we just got to think smarter. Okay, let's get to our next don't. And I don't remember which don't I was on. Did I do this one? Yes. So this is our next don't. All right. Don't ignore your credit utilization ratio. Now, are you guys familiar with your credit utilization ratio? Okay. Try to keep your credit card balances below 30% of your credit limit to maintain a healthy credit score. Is anyone looking at this? This is key. This is so important. And this is what we're going to talk about our next segment of these credit cards. I'm going to show you guys how we do that, how we manage it. Your credit utilization ratio is so important, you guys. Now, most financial experts say 30%. I've seen some say 10%. I've seen one woman say 1%. I was like, now, hold on, ma'am. Hold on. I can't keep it at 1%. You basically saying don't use it. But many say 30%. And this is 30% across all of your cards, not just 30% this card, just 30% this card. So what that means is the total amount that you have on your card. Say if you have a $5,000 limit, you want to keep your credit utilization under 30%. So the balance on your card, you want to keep it under 30% or less. But that's across all your cards. You learn how to work that and finance that, you will see your credit score go up, because that's what they're looking at. Okay. So how many of y'all look at that? How many of y'all know about it? Because we're going to talk about that. That's our next segment. Oh, I'm telling you, once I got my cars paid off and I learned about that, oh, I'm telling you, it's a game around here, and I like games. Let's go. All right, let's see. Let me make sure I haven't missed anyone. Okay, let me see. Let's see. When I first started my debt-free journey, I got my 1K savings, and then I used most of my money towards debt. We were loading those debt payments. I had 50K in credit card debt. Did you say you're debt-free, Marlene, or are you still working towards? I know you got the car, but are you still working towards paying off the rest? Working towards paying off the rest of your credit cards. Thank you. All right, let's see. Let's see. Perfect. That was perfect. Don't tell me that. It was no. Oh damn! I already lost it. No K. Oh, okay, I lost it. Hey, Tosh, welcome. Okay, let's see what we got here. If you get year-end bonuses too at your job, add some to that credit card debt. Yes. Oh, I wish I got a year-end bonus. They took away our bonuses at work. They took away our bonuses when all this dang on crap was happening in the world, and you know, the recession and everything. They took our bonuses and gave us all higher wage. So they factored it into our amount we get paid because of the cost of living and everything. So they just gave us more money when we get paid. I guess it's the same thing, but there is something about getting like we said, something about getting, a check, a huge amount at a certain time, instead of just, getting it each paycheck. Now I've gotten used to it now, but at first I was mad. Because I had those bonus checks calculated on what I was going to do with it. And that's another thing we've talked about. Sometimes your budget has to change. Like I was getting those bonuses for I don't know how many years. And I had them calculated. I knew for every time we would get them what I was using them for. Then they took that away from me. So I had to refactor how I'm going to do my budget. So that's another thing. You gotta restructure your budget. You may have to restructure your budget to make sure these credit cards get paid off. Yes. All right. Let's see where we are, guys. Let's see. Marlene says, I didn't do any savings challenges until I paid my credit cards off. Now I am using savings challenges to pay off my 0% debt since I'm not paying that interest. Yes, I agree. I've been there before. Life has just been throwing some extra hurdles, and I apologize. Life will do that. I'm telling you what. And what we have to do is we can't let it get us down. But you ever notice how when you are doing well or you're on track to do well and here comes something out of the blue, it's like, really, this test got to come right now. I was just trying to, all right, God, if that's what we're doing, I hear you. But that's how it happens, doesn't it? So you got to be prepared for those things, and you can't let it get you down. Because once you let it get you down, then it's really hard to get that much out of it. But I hear you. Let's see who I haven't heard from. Another lesson. Akemai. Very smart, very Akemai. Akemai. You know what? I wish I could hear these words. Hold on. Mini Me's alarm is going off. She set her alarm so she can get up and go to the sale. Akemai. How many is too many payments to a credit card a month? Does paying multiple times a month hurt your credit? Now, that's a good question. I haven't heard paying multiple times a month hurt your credit, but what I will say is, what I would look at is, when does that statement period close? When is your closing date? That's when you want to have whatever you're paying, you want to have that paid by your statement closing date. Now, I'm going to tell you why. Because that's what gets reported to the credit bureaus. Okay. So that statement close, say your statement closing date is, what's the date? June 3rd. So say your statement closing date is June 10th, but your due date is June 21st or something like that. That closing date, whatever your balance is by that date, is what gets reported. So if you're going to make multiple payments or whatever you're going to do, make sure it's paid by that date so you can get that number down from what's being reported. Oh, we're going to talk about it. We're going to talk about it. All right, let's see. You guys, I'm just making sure I'm not missing anyone. Hey, Zella. I only have one credit card with a balance of $6,000. I can't wait to finish paying it off. I know you can't. That's a great feeling. One card with $6,000. Is that your only credit card, or was that the last one that you had to get paid off? And I don't see any comments. Let's see. Does anybody have any comments about that credit utilization ratio? Do you guys look at it? Do you guys know what that is? Let me see if Fiona says something here. Let's see. 100% in addition to your credit cards, you should look at all your debts. All should average less than 30%. Yes. So if you guys are wondering why your credit score is not going down, that's one of the things you got to look at. Got to look at what is your ratio. Are you under 30%? Like I said, most financial experts say 30%. I've seen some say 10, but I think like 30 is the average. Once you guys leave here today, go look at your credit. Go look at homework assignment. Write it down. I'll give you all a minute to get a pen and paper. Hold on, let me get some coffee. Get some pen and paper. You know we wasn't leaving here without a homework assignment? Come on. These benefit us. Okay? Everybody got their pen and paper? Okay. I want you 2 homework assignments. Okay, 2 homework assignments. Take your time. By the time we report back and we do our next series, this is when I want you to have your homework done. First thing I want you to do is look at your credit cards, whatever your balances are. I want you to write down the amount of credit that you have on that card. So if it's a $5,000 card, a $1,000 card, what's the actual amount you have on there on all your cards? Then I want you to write down the balance, how much you owe. I want you to figure out what that percentage is, okay? And I want you to do it for all of your cards. And I want you to total up if your balance to the amount of credit you have, is it less than 30%, the balance that you owe, or is it more than 30%? That's your first homework assignment, okay? Second homework assignment I want you to do, if you have credit card payments, I want you all to look at your due dates, when those credit cards are due, and I want you to see if it would be any benefit to move your due dates so that your due dates are all at one time, or if they should all be spread out like that, or do you need to move them when you get paid? So I want you to look at that. Would it benefit you to have your credit card due dates? Would it benefit you to have the due date change? So if you know that you pay all your credit cards with your first check of the month, but this credit card bill is always due at the end when you don't have that much money, should you get that due date changed at the first of the month so that it comes out then? That's your 2 homework assignments. That's not bad homework. Come on. I'm gonna let y'all know when it's due. You got enough time to work on it, but the next time we come back and talk about credit cards, that's the homework assignment. We're going to discuss it. Okay. All right. Let's see. Where are we? You guys, I hope you're enjoying this live. I'm enjoying this topic. Please make sure you're hitting that like button if you haven't already. Zayla said she only has 1. I know I'm over that 30% on all my cards, but 1. Yes. And it's a total, Amanda. It's a total. It's not each card. Total amount of all your credit cards, all your debt really, but let's focus on credit cards. Are you over 30% or are you under? Okay, because that's what the credit card bureaus are looking at. Okay, LaShonda says, right now I pay the minimum plus 20 and working on a savings challenge to make lump payments to finish it off. Yes, it's so smart. That's so smart. And for those of you all who haven't tried the debt snowball, I can't even get it out. Y'all know what I mean. Try to focus on one card at a time. So don't make extra payments to all those other ones. Focus on the first one, that lowest amount. Sort them from lowest to highest. Don't worry about interest rates. Don't worry about any of that. Worry about the lowest balance to the highest balance. Okay? And let's say you got 5 cards. These other 4, pay your minimum. Pay your minimum on. Okay? This first one, put everything towards this first one. So if you got enough to make an extra 20, or if you've been paying an extra 20 on 3 cards, put that $60, that extra on that 1 card. And let's focus on getting that one paid off. Pay the minimum on all these. Don't worry about these. They next. Okay? Get this one paid off. Then once you get this one paid off, that whatever you were paying, say you were paying $80 a month. Now you got an extra $80 to apply to this one. So that's the minimum plus the $80. That's how we're going to tackle it. Okay. Let's see. Yes, I took my utilization rate, and even with the addition of that 10K, I am well below 30%. Yes, I am at 7%. Yes, because some people say 10%, below 10% is great. I have more credit and I know what to do with. That's not a bad thing. That is a good thing. Yes, that's where we're trying to be. That is where we're trying to be. Okay, let's see. Yes, homework, Mandamu. You may get an extension because you're moving to Germany. But once you get settled, your homework will be due. You'll have something to do on the plane, the flight over to Germany. That'll keep you occupied. Oh, thank you, Andrea. I just love it when you're able to make it. I know I'm over 30%. That's what we're going to work on. The next slide we do on this, we're going to talk about this ratio. We're going to talk about how we can work towards it, how we can make it work for us. Yes. Hey, Millie, good morning. Happy Saturday. Welcome. All right, you guys. So it's after 11. Let's start looking at some more of these don'ts. I think this was our don't with our ratio, credit utilization ratio. That's part of your homework. Okay. Here's our next one. Don't max out your credit card. Okay. Avoid using your credit card to its maximum limit, as it can negatively impact your credit score and financial stability. And that goes hand in hand with our credit utilization ratio. Don't max out your credit cards, you guys. That is what shows financial irresponsibility, right? So it's just like, you've been awarded $10,000. But you've already, you had $9,950. You're not getting it down. Don't max them out. Now, Marlene says she put her car on one and she has 0% interest to get it paid off. So that's good. She has a plan in place. But I'm talking about we're just swiping, using it. Oh, I got $500. It's a $350 balance, but I got to, put this extra 100 on there because I got to buy this or I got to buy that. Don't max out your credit cards. Okay, let's get away from that mentality because the credit's there, use it. Let's not do that. Let's get them down. Let's get them below a certain amount. Try to get in the mind frame of, if you got a credit card, don't go over, if the balance is 500, don't go over 100. Don't go over that. That may be over 30%. But you understand, don't go over what you can't spend, but do not max them out. Okay, let's see. Yes, Chris. Auntie loving this topic. I will do my homework. Oh my God, you guys, we're learning so much Hawaiian today. It's getting harder and harder. I'm going to tell you, it's getting harder. Okay, let's see, y'all, if we can pronounce this one. That's mahalo. Why am I screaming? Mahalo nui loa? Nui loa? Thank you very much. This is a blessing. Aloha. Ooh. Y'all be making up words in the Hawaii. I see y'all just be feeling good and put words together. What is this? Pumahana? Warmest love. I love it. Aloha Pumahana. Pumahana? I love it. It's a beautiful thing. Y'all didn't know y'all was coming over here and y'all was going to learn Hawaiian. Y'all ain't know it. You'll never know what you're going to get. I love it. Okay, let's see. Keep me distracted that I'm in a giant metal tube in mid-air rather than focus on a particular. Oh man, this is gonna be okay. What you don't want to watch is, y'all, side note, this is a distraction. Amanda brought it up. What's that movie? Y'all know the movie when something bad always happens, when they foresee stuff like that happening. And it was with these kids or something, and they was trying, I don't know, what was they trying to say? But stuff like that would happen. Like if somebody thought it, then, there would be a plane crash or it would be something. Dang it, what is the name of that movie? Can anybody read my mind and know what I'm talking about? Y'all know that movie? My brothers used to watch it all the time. Anyway, we'll come back to it. Okay, Josh says, I have $1,200. I put most of my bills on that credit card and then pay it off before the due. Is that a good idea? Pay them off. Yes, pay them off in full. But if you can figure out when your closing date is and get them paid by that time, that's a beautiful thing, because that amount that's on there by the closing date, that's what's getting reported. So yes, what you're doing is a beautiful thing. Oh, bye, Shalise. Final destination. Yes. a minute, she knows everything. Final Destination. Have y'all seen that? That's what I'm talking about. That's Amanda. Don't watch Final Destination before you get on the plane. Y'all, this is Amanda's first. Amanda, if you don't know, this is Budgeting Like a Girl, our friend here. Her and her family, they're moving to Germany in a couple weeks. She's a military wife. And her first plane ride ever is to Germany. I'm like, girl, you could have flew to Orlando or something for practice. So y'all wish her luck. But Amanda, do not watch Final Destination before you get on that plane. Don't laugh. That's not funny. But if y'all ever see Final Destination, it's good. It's good. Nikki, y'all all do that? It's good. Oh my gosh. Agree, man. I've never been y'all. I will never forget. I was riding to work one day. It was a few years ago. And I was behind a truck carrying porta potties. And I was in Final Destination. The first I saw it happening, the first porta potty fell off the back of the truck onto the highway. And everybody swore, oh God, y'all. Woo, hold on, let me calm down. That just brought back tragic. And then a second one fell off on the dingo highway. It was Final Destination. Oh, if I would have been killed by a porta potty, I don't know. I would have been so mad. So mad. Come on now. How you die by a porta potty? Y'all, if you're scared of stuff like that, don't watch Final Destination. But if not, you got to watch Final Destination. It's so good. Oh my God. Okay. I watched Final Destination in my teens. Never again. Y'all all seen it. Y'all know what I'm talking about. All right, you guys. I hope you are enjoying this. Let's get to our last don't. I think this is our last don't of the morning. Okay. Let's see. Is it our last don't? Yes. Here's our last don't. This is a good one. Don't close credit card accounts impulsively. Okay. So think twice before closing a credit card account. It may affect your credit history and your utilization ratio. Now listen, this is how they get us, y'all. This is how they trap us. All of the things that we do, we pay our cards off. We have good credit. We're doing good. We ain't doing nothing bad. You think that you pay this credit card off and you want to close it. It's done. I paid it off. No. That hurts your credit score. Did y'all know that? Because it hurts your credit score, because one of the things that creditors look at is not just your utilization ratio. They look at your credit history. How long have you had credit? And if you pay off this credit card and it was one of the oldest credit cards that you've had all this time and you close it, but that was your history. Oh, that is the longer you have credit open, that's a good thing. That helps. That factors in that credit score. So don't go closing those accounts. It hurts you. Now, ain't that a shame that you've accomplished something, you want to get this out your life and it affects you? That's why we're going to work on how these things can work for you. Now, if you got to keep it open, do like me, might as well put that electric bill on it. Because now you got to show activity still, or that will hurt you if you're not using it. It's just like, it's so painfully punishing. So now put your bills on it. And that'll show them. Now you're not only is it activity, but you're paying them off every month. Now, and you can't decide what I put on there either. I'm telling you, but don't close them. Do not close them. Cut them up. Don't close them. All right, let's see where we are. Never split the pole either. If husband lets go of my hand, I'm not. Yes. Y'all, we need to do a live on superstitions. Do not split the pole. I almost yanked my nephew because he thinks it's funny when we're walking. And he always like, split the pole, auntie. I'm going to grab his butt. Like, get back around that pole. And don't never let I had a black cat walk in front of me. I said, no, she didn't. Y'all, are y'all superstitious? We'll talk about it. That's not. Let's finish up credit cards. Oh my God, Billy silly. Okay, let's see. Fiona says, I subscribe to Budget Like a Girl. Amanda, you will be fine. I had a work trip for Germany in August, but it got canceled this week. See, she had a work trip for Germany. It got canceled. Then she mentioned Final Destination was great. Final Destination is a real thing. Like, okay, let's not scare Amanda. let's keep talking about credit. Okay, I've never watched. Oh my God, Marlene, please watch Final Destination. It is good. It's the movie. It's like those things we think about. You know how you're like, you were gonna go on this trip but you just had this feeling. You're like, no, I'll take the next plane. Something don't feel right. And then you were happy you didn't get on that plane because it Amanda, close your ears, because it crashed. Oh my God. Final Destination is just good. Okay. We are off this topic. We're off the topic. Closing cards won't affect your credit history, but it will affect your utilization ratio. The history remains on your report. The history remains on your report, so it won't affect, this is what Erica's saying, but it does affect your utilization ratio. Yes, they look at your history. They know how to trap us. Oh, we're trapped. Listen, if you got credit cards, you're trapped. Okay? So that's why we have to learn how to make them work for us. We're stuck with them. We're stuck with them. So how do you make them work for you? Because all they want to do is see us go more and more in debt. That's how they make money off us being in debt. So once you're able to change that around, now you make money off of them. Death by transfer. Oh no. It does affect your longest open trade line though. Yes. Let's see. Okay, you own a black cat. Yes, you own a black cat. Is this one of the reasons black cats don't get adopted? Black cats are the best. Like, my brother had 2 black cats, Joker and Harley. Joker passed away. It was a sad time. But if you have them as pets, that's different. But if some black cat out the blue, listen, you ain't never seen. Have y'all ever had a black cat walk in front of you? It's a black cat you ain't never seen before, and then it just out of the blue, where does black cat come from? That's why it's so weird. It is sad. I'm sorry. I'm sorry, black cats. But where y'all be coming from? See, if we knew you was around, it wouldn't be a bad thing. That's all I'm saying. Chris, I learned so much being over. Oh, thank you so much for joining. Thank you. We do these lives every Saturday, 10 a.m. And if anyone has any topics they wish to discuss, or y'all want me to talk about, drop them down below or submit my questionnaire. The link is in the description box. These are things that we come together and we talk about because we're all going through the same thing or we've gone through it. So let's help one another. I love my black kitty. He dumb and stupid. Yeah, see, when you own them, it's not a bad thing. Okay, let's see. Let's get back to credit cards. Closing credit cards will change your credit card average, which ultimately affects your credit score. Might as well just leave them open. Show some activity on them. Okay, don't use them. Like I said, put something on there that you know you got to pay every month. There's no sense in closing them, so put something on there that you know you pay every month and that you know you're going to pay off every month, and let it help you. Let it help you because we got to keep it. I thought I was the only one who don't believe in splitting the pole. Anything superstitious, I'm all in. Anything. I'm telling y'all, I don't know why, but I ain't waiting around to see what will happen if I don't. All right, you guys. So that's our live today. That is our live on credit cards. Like I said, this is going to be a 3-part series. Today, we were just talking about the do's and the don'ts, the basics. We're starting from the beginning. If you're in credit card debt, these are the things we got to focus on. These are the do's. These are the don'ts. Come back and watch the replay if you need to write those down, just to remind you. You know these things, but sometimes we got to hear them again. The next part of this series, we're going to talk about that credit utilization ratio. We're going to talk about our credit score. We're going to talk about getting this credit card debt paid off once and for all and how we can do it. Like I said, if anyone's interested in sharing their journey and we can review on the live, let me know. If you want to, if you don't want anyone to know who you are, submit it to me in the chat in the link below. And we won't say who this is, but we'll look at your credit cards and see how we can help, how you can get it paid off. That'd be a good live. If anyone's interested, just let me know. We don't have to say your name, what channel you are, but we can have an example to review. That will be our next discussion on credit cards. And then the last part of this series, we're going to discuss, we got them paid off. Now, how do we keep them paid off? We're not going back to that place again. We're not running them up again. I don't care what the emergency is, because now we're saving towards those emergencies. I don't care. You know, if you have a major emergency, you got to use it. And that's okay if you do. But I'm talking about the frivolous stuff. Okay. We're not going to use it to put gas in our car and we don't pay it off the next month. Okay. That's what I'm talking about. All right. So let me get some final comments here because I told y'all I'm on my way to Bath and Body Works. Who with me? Shalisa already did her shopping. India's going. Who is going to Bath and Body Works with me for the semi-annual sale? Let's go. Okay. Let me see. Let's see if we have any more comments about, I still won't step on sidewalk cracks. That's another one. I don't even know why my mom passed away. Not laughing at your mom passed away. God, why would I laugh right then? I was talking about the sidewalk cracks because I was talking about, y'all know the saying, step on a crack, break your mama's back. I don't step on sidewalk cracks either. You know what else I don't step on? You know, have you ever walked? It's usually downtown where they have those like those vents. There's a vent in the middle of the sidewalk. Woo, y'all see me walking, and if you see me hop over something, it's one of those open vents. I don't walk on them things either. I don't walk on those things either. Thank you, Chris. Absolutely fits. Oh, thank you, guys. Thank you, Fiona. I appreciate it. Oh my gosh. Thank you so much. Oh my gosh. Love you all. Aloha. Yes. Oh, wait. Our final word for the day. Our final word for the day. Mahalo. Why do I want to say mahola? Mahalo, Chris. Mai Kai is great. Mai Kai is great, y'all. We're going to be speaking Hawaiian in a minute. I love it. I love it. Thank you, Chris. Have a wonderful weekend. You too. We're on the way to the Dollar Tree. Movers. Oh, yeah. Movers packed all of our cooking utensils, so we got to get a cheap couple things for to last the next 10 days. Wow. That's going to be crazy. Thank you, Chris. So glad I was able to listen today while working. I'm glad, too. Make sure you stop by every Saturday, except the last Saturday of the month. I take a break the last Saturday of the month. But you guys, what about, I don't remember what my topic is next week, but the week after that, of course, you guys know we're doing channel or thumbnail reviews. So if anyone's interested, so far I have Budgeting Queens and Latin Budgets. So if anyone's interested in getting their channel reviewed or thumbnail reviewed, let me know. And then I have a break after that. And July 1st, Miss Shalise is going to come on. We're going to finally talk about channel analytics. So you guys do not want to miss that. So again, if anyone's interested in having their channel analytics reviewed or have any questions about that, I'm going to post all this stuff so you guys know when it's coming. So that's what the next few weeks are going to look like. Have a great weekend, everyone. Thank you for stopping by. If you haven't done so already, please hit that like button. It helps push these lives out, you guys. This is where I want to take my channel. I want to push these lives so we can get more and more people coming because I think they're helpful. I think they're very helpful. Let's see. Have fun shopping, girl. You know I will. I'm gonna do a haul for y'all. Do a video. All right, you guys. So everyone, enjoy your weekend. I will see you back here next Saturday, 10 a.m. Okay. Make sure you're here. Set your reminders. Love you guys so much. Enjoy the rest of your weekend. Bye.